Yo, what's up guys? Once again, I know I have been quiet in here, but a lot has happened and honestly it has not all been sunshine and rainbows. And the more I think about it, it is quite crazy to be honest. So for a longer period of time now, I have had some big issues with my lungs. And the moment when I started to feel some pain in my chest, I finally got my ass off to see the doctor. He then took some blood tests and a x-ray of my lungs. And from what he could see, he thought that I had some cold pneumonia, which totally made sense since I had these really bad dry coughs. So he then prescribed some medicine for me just before the Italian International, where I was really having a tough time physically, which totally made sense since I literally couldn't breathe properly and still had these really bad coughs. After I came back from the Italian International, I then had a checkup where I had to get some blood tests and x-ray again. And when I had to see the doctor again, he was not quite satisfied with what he saw because there was not really any improvements during that period of time and I was still coughing so much. So he then decided to transfer me to the university hospital here in Aarhus. And once again, I had to go through a lot of blood tests and another x-ray of my lungs. After the doctor had a look at the pictures, I then got called in for a talk. So when I came in, he was having this really serious look and then he told me that he was suspecting that I might have TB. And yeah, I was just sitting there looking like because I didn't really know what TB was at that time until I then came back home and searched it up. And I found out that it is a very rare lung disease which people would die from back in the 1800s. So yeah, no wonder that he was looking really serious at me. So to be sure, he wanted me to go through a binocular examination the day after to get some samples from my lungs to get tested to see if I really had TB or not. And because TB can be really contagious, until we got the results, he wanted me to isolate, which was a little bit critical at that time because I had a league match in the weekend in Germany. But luckily we got the results a couple of days after that I would not be able to infect others, so I got a green light from the doctors that I could go. A couple of weeks after, I had to go to Germany once again, and during the last team match that weekend I had a really bad collapse on court, and it would be sad to say that I was feeling well at all. So when I got back to Denmark, I immediately contacted the hospital and they called me back in to have some more blood tests and another x-ray. After all the testing, I got in for a talk again, and the doctor told me that there was no changes or improvement at all, and he was quite positive that I was having TB, even though we didn't have the final results yet because it would take like 4 to 6 weeks for the sample to bloom. The doctor then went to talk with the head doctor, and when he came back he highly suggested that I should start the active treatment for TB already, as I was having a really important match on the 19th of April at that time. So I of course agreed, since my condition was pretty bad and it was definitely a chance worth taking, and in hope for that my condition would slowly become better. So the day after, I went to pick up all the medicine for the active treatment, which is 12 pills a day. And now a small month-ish ago, I had a checkup and I also got the confirmation of that I do have TB. So yeah, no wonder that the struggle has been real and that I have not been feeling well at all. Besides that, back in February, preparing for the nationals, I had a minor accident on court where I slipped and my right knee took a small hit and started hurting. And during my match at the nationals, it was not that great, to be honest. After the nationals finished, I took a couple of days off, which I thought would be enough for it to calm down and recover, but it wasn't. I of course talked with our physio, and yes, he could confirm that it was quite inflamed, and he was pretty positive that I have gotten the jumper's knee. So in the gym I had to start doing some heavy slow work. At this time it was still leading up to that really important match on the 19th in the Danish league, which was a qualification match of whether we would stay in the league or go down into the first division. So the physio and I decided to make a short-term program plan towards the 19th and then afterwards make a long-term rehab program. But yeah, despite all of this shit happening all at once, there has definitely also been some good stuff. First of all, I am so happy and relieved that we finally figured out what is wrong, and that I also started the active treatment before we even knew whether I had TB or not. And most importantly, I am feeling much better now. I don't have the coughs, and all in all, things are improving slowly, but surely. And very soon I'll be having a checkup again, where I hopefully will have a reduction of the doses of pills I have to take. So yeah, we'll see. Hey, so I just got back from the checkup at the hospital, and as I had hoped for, I got a reduction of the medicine. So instead of 12 pills a day, it is only 5 now. And something I think I forgot to mention earlier is that this whole recovery treatment is gonna take 6 months. So currently I am 2 in and I have 4 to go until I supposedly will have recovered fully from the TB and it will be all gone. Anyways, that was it. Back to the video. Second is that I feel I am in really good hands regarding my knee and the rehab. I feel like that the physio and I are having a good dialogue and made a really good plan for me to hopefully come back even stronger than before. So I just have to be really patient and consistent, both in the gym and medicine wise. And lastly, I can happy and very relieved tell that we made it back on the 19th in our qualification match. And yeah, that match was insane, really nerve-wracking, but really fun as well. And yeah, it was just amazing and such a relief that we managed to win. And I will also be playing in the German league again next season, as I signed with the TV Referat once again, which I'm really happy for and looking very much forward to. So yeah, that's been it for this video. I hope you made it till the end. As you can tell, there has been a lot happening and not everything has been all fun, but I feel like that things are slowly going into the right direction. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, please consider subscribing down below to support me and the channel. If you got any questions or something on your mind, hit me up in the comment section and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Until next time guys, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.